last meeting until like 15 minutes in.
Watching me.
All right, we're live, man.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. If everybody would join me in silencing your cell phones and in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving on to item B, public comment. Is there any public comment this evening? Seeing none. Moving on to item C, discussion and possible action items. Item 1, discussion and possible approval for the RFP for the Lowry High School HVAC project final phase for possible action.
All right, thank you, and thank you guys for being willing to come in on this emergency meeting.
Yeah.
The bids came in just right after the deadline for the last agenda, and you know, as I told everybody, we're pretty worried about the lead time for getting these units in, so we didn't want to wait 2 more weeks, especially with everything going on right now. I think, and John could speak to that, but I think we're looking at, what, 15 weeks, you said, John?
15 to 16, yeah.
Yeah, so we knew we needed to squeak this in and get this approved so we can make sure that we're done for Lowry High this summer. So I'll get the bids pulled up here in just a second, and John's available to walk you guys through all that. I'll just give a quick rundown. As noted, we have about $2.8 million remaining in our bond fund for this project. And note, that already includes the money we've taken out to support McElhinney and getting those drawings ready for us. So we were sitting at around 2.9. I estimated it down to about 2.8, knowing that McElhinney is about 70, and we got to keep some out for architectural fees. So 2.8 is what we have remaining. John opened the bid process and received 3 bids, as you can see right here. We have our first one, and again, I'll turn the questions over to John in a moment, but we have our first one from Mount Rose Heating and Air Conditioning, totaled out at $2,890,000. Notice that it met all the criteria that John recommended. We had RHP, who worked on the second and third phase, John?
Yes.
Second and third, at
Second.
just a second. So this will be third phase.
This will be 3.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
$2,875,000. And then US Mechanical out of Elko, who completed the first phase for us. So we do have 2 companies that have actually worked on the project already. Came in quite a bit lower, almost $160,000 lower at $2,712,075. So I'll let John speak to those 3 bids. You guys are more than welcome to answer questions that he has, and then John will obviously talk you through what he feels would be the best in this case scenario. So John, thank you very much.
Thanks again for coming to the this special meeting. I appreciate it. Yeah, like Colby said, we're for these 3 out of the 11 units. They're a special type unit, and they're 15 to 16 weeks out. So that's the reason for this meeting. And the other RTUs are probably 8 to 10. So with the 15 to 16, that puts us at the middle of July, and we're supposed to be done by August 8th. So it doesn't give us a lot of time. Yeah, like Colby said, the low bid was US Mechanical at $2,712,075. They're 112 over the budget, probably because of pricing right about now for gas. And the big thing is the RTUs. From the first phase in 24 to now, they've doubled. And steel, of course, is more, and we're retrofitting where every RTU goes, which is 11 of them for the weight. Yeah, so we're 112 over. I wanted to mention that we have what's called a equipment screen or a roof screen that is going around the units. That's $120,000. And if you go up there, you can see the other rooftop units on phase 1 and 2. You just can't, they're not going to be as pronounced as these units are now because we are closer to Quincy Canyon Road. So that the architect, they like to put equipment screens up. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. It's a lot of money. And that gets us back under about $8,000 under budget if we take that out. But you'll see the RTU units. That was something I wanted to discuss with you guys.
But they're farther off the road and.
Yeah, hides them from the road. This equipment screen is 6 foot high. It's made up of metal. It has corrugated steel on it that's white. The corrugation runs horizontal, and it's in a U shape. It runs about from, it encompasses the 7 RTUs that are closest to Clusie Canyon. There's 4 more that are in back that are with the other ones from phase 2. And it's in a U shape. So it runs on the west side of building A, and then it runs south. It runs on the south side, which is the Clusie Canyon side, closest to the parking lot. And then it runs back on the east side by the art building.
And the purpose and the value is just aesthetic?
Aesthetics, good neighbor policy is what Dave used to call it, but it's $120,000, so I wasn't sure. I thought it was worth discussing.
Does the wind whip those things around up there on the roof, John, or tear them up, or?
No, we have one here in the junior high in front, because of the same thing, because of the good neighbor program. Or it shouldn't say program, just the good neighbor policy.
Yeah.
No, we haven't had any trouble with this one. They go into the roof with steel pipe.
Oh, okay.
And they're secured good. But again, it's a big cost of this project.
Who would see it?
Well, if you're on Clusie Canyon, the people that might know what to look for, otherwise you don't even, people probably wouldn't notice it, they're not looking at the roof.
Driving on the road, you look up your angle as you're looking through trees and everything else, you wouldn't even notice it.
The thing about it is there's no neighbors across the street from that building either, so that's a point to consider. There's the Lowry High School parking lot, the community college is up a little bit further, and the neighbor is kind of down from that. But I didn't know what you wanted to do.
I always expected to see air conditioning units on roofs of buildings and.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
I don't have,
John, I'm
I
all
don't,
for it.
if we can get that price down, I'd definitely be for that.
Just an analogy, if someone comes in my house and sees dust and is bothered by it, they deserve to be bothered by it.
Gotcha, yeah. It's the screen and the units are a little further back than this, but the screen is 20 foot back from the roof edge, the south roof edge, and six foot back from the east and west edge. And then the units are behind that. But like I said, again, you can see the units that we put in phase 1 and phase 2, they're not as pronounced because they're not as close to the road.
And we didn't put screens around them, you're saying, right? This would be, yeah.
No, that gets us, like I say, 8,000 under the 2.6, which is good.
And that's on the US mechanical bid you're referring to,
Yes.
right, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
And with phase 1, did we have any issues with US Mechanical?
We had one little issue, yes, actually. They cut some wire that they weren't supposed to cut, and it went out to the menu out front of Lowry High School. And we got it fixed, but I had a little problem with the superintendent, Tony. And I've asked for a different superintendent on this job, and we're getting him from Vegas. Darryl Wolf is his name. So he comes highly recommended, is very qualified. I think he's been in the business 25 years. So I did want that change made because of that, because we don't want to be cutting wire. And there is a lot of spaghetti up there when you take out those ceilings. There really is. So in a way, I can see where they cut them, why they did, but they should have been more careful. So good question.
And then they understand our compressed timeline and they're confident, John, and
62 days.
yeah.
They've already sent a submittal on the train. They didn't know that. I told them that I felt like it would get approved. And they went ahead and they put their best foot forward, and they have a submittal already on those 3 units are 15 to 16 weeks out. That they just sent to me maybe an hour ago, that I've sent on to Dan Nelson at H&K Architects. So they're They understand. Yeah, they understand.
So now, since we've done work, one phase with US Mechanical, one phase with RHP, are we splitting up, warranty work and things like that? I'm just thinking from logistics on if something goes wrong and how difficult this is gonna make for maintenance to be able to make sure we get our warranty work done on a timely fashion.
You are
Yeah,
right.
right.
There is, because of the different companies, yeah, there's different warranty from different companies. We haven't had a problem so far between the US Mechanical first phase and RHP on the second phase. The first phase, I believe the warranty is done. Second phase still is in progress with the warranty.
So the warranty for second phase is going through RHP right now, and then
That's-
this US Mechanical would take on the third phase of
That's
the
correct.
warranty work.
That's
And,
correct.
I'm assuming that we're talking a bank, I haven't seen the actual plan, we're talking a bank, so separating that warranty work is gonna be very obvious and very clear to, our maintenance department, things of
It
that
is.
nature.
It is, cable, yes, is included in all these walkthroughs and yeah. And Andy is too.
Okay, well, thank you for that information. Does anybody else have questions?
Okay. I would entertain a motion then.
So just to be clear then, the recommendation is to take US Mechanical. Do I have to do an addendum, to get this down to the 2.6 area for what you're recommending on that?
Yeah, we probably will do an addendum, another good question, to get that price and get that discount.
So what's the verbiage I need to use on that?
Uh,
So make a motion to approve the US Mechanical bid.
With the request
understanding that
of,
there's going to be an addendum for $120,000.
Understanding.
Relative to the,
screens.
the
Yes.
aesthetic screen.
Yes, the roof screen or equipment screen.
Good screen.
I hope we don't catch too much hell for that.
Well,
There'll be people that notice those RTUs because that parking lot is,
So is it 120,000 exact or is it approximate?
that's approximate. Might be a little more.
Okay.
that'd be better.
1,000 for,
$120,000 pen.
Or versus the amount, do we just need to say that with the addendum of possibly removing the screens versus an amount?
It's not possibly remove the screens.
Or with the
We're going
addendum
to-
of removing the
we're-
screens?
We're removing them, I
Yeah.
think is what we're headed,
Yeah.
where we're headed.
Yeah.
Do we need an amount on that?
That's what I'm wondering is, should we,
Unspecified amount?
say for just saying,
Removal.
approval for the US Mechanical with the removal
A
of the
discount,
screen?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
screens.
Yes, that is.
Probably so.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I'm just like kind of what, I really want to put a number in there so that we can hold someone to it, but I
gotcha.
guess we're not going to be able to. Do you think it's going to be less than 120,000?
No, I think
Okay,
if
so
anything, it's
I
gonna be
can say
more.
120,000 or more.
We're up to.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the US Mechanical bid with the understanding there will be an addendum for a discount of up to and possibly more, $120,000 for removing the screen fascia for the good neighbor policy.
I second it.
Okay, it's been motioned and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries by all. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, John,
Thank you.
appreciate you coming in on a Wednesday and
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Are you done now?
Pretty much moving on to item D, public comment.
unless you want to make public comment.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
It's been motioned and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. Meeting is adjourned.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thanks for all your hard work on the elementary schools and all that.
It's not over.